Hang on. Okay, we're good here.
Okay. Major General Smedley Butler, twice the recipient of the Congressional Medal of Honor, said, "War is a racket." Dr. Martin Luther King told us that a nation that year to year spends more money on military defense than it does on social uplift is approaching spiritual death. What is the state of this racket today, and how close are we to spiritual death? A recent report by Boston University from the Watson Institute says that our nation, on just the wars in Iraq, Afghanistan, and Syria, has cost our nation $4.79 trillion. What has this bought us? It has bought us over 300,000 deaths of civilians in those countries. It has bought us a military police state where our nation's government is spying on our own people and sentencing whistleblowers and people who are speaking the truth to like 35 years in prison. Our local quote-unquote liberal and progressive politicians seem to have bought into this. For economic development, they are suckling on the tit of militarism and the industries of death. That tit of militarism, the milk is venomous. It is killing our culture. It is driving us towards this spiritual death that Dr. King talked about. We need to divest. We need to divest from militarism. We need to divest right now. We need to take the monies that have been going into killing people around the world and suppressing freedom and democracy in our own country. We need to take those monies and we need to invest them back in our communities. And I'm not talking about giving them to the likes of the same so-called leaders that are wanting to bring monsters like the F-35s and killer drones to our community. We need to invest directly into our communities. And when I talk about communities, I'm speaking of our taxi cab drivers. I'm speaking of firemen. I'm speaking of hospital workers. I'm speaking of teachers. I am speaking of our unions. I am speaking of every working class individual in this country. I'm speaking of the indigenous tribal peoples. I'm speaking, we are all one. The last election in this community, the last municipal election, we were told that the turnout was less than 20%. I've heard between 17 and 14%. If you get 60% of that, you're still less than 10%. Is that democracy? No. We need to bring face-to-face democracy back into our country and into our community. The hell with war. The hell with the F-35s. My name is Rob Mulford. I'm running for the United States Senate as a war resistor. I'm running as a write-in candidate. Please write my name in, ROBMULFORD, on your 2016 ballot for the United States Senator. Also, our media, our commercial media has been lockstep behind all the wars that we've been involved in, especially since 2001. The Afghan War, the Iraq War, Syria, Libya, and now they're trying to drive us into war with Russia. Our so-called public media, the Alaska Public Radio Network, is holding a debate on November 3rd for the United States Senate candidates. I've been excluded from this debate. Please call the Alaska Public Radio Network's news manager, Lori Townsend, and tell her that you want Rob Mulford included in the 2016 debates for United States Senator. This voice of anti-war, this voice of democracy needs to be included in the debates and needs to be a part of all of our dialogues before we enter into that final stage of our own spiritual death. Thank you.